How to convert ICS files into multiple formats easily.
Try SysTools ICS Converter tool.
Let's discuss key features first.
Convert ICS to 9+ formats email and document. Supports PST, MSG, PDF, HTML, TXT, CSV, VCS, iCal, print, and ICS formats on both Mac and Windows.
Flexible file import and no size limits. Add ICS files using Add Files, folders with no restrictions on file size or number of ICS files.
Advanced export options. Includes Bates numbering, page layout settings for PDF, naming conventions, and date filters for selective conversion.
Accurate and organized conversion. Maintains folder hierarchy during export and offers the option to create a single output file for each ICS folder.
To download the software, open Google and search for SysTools ICS Converter tool.
Now click on the first link. Then click on the download button.
Once downloaded, simply install the SysTools ICS Converter tool on your system.
This is the interface of the SysTools ICS Converter. On the top left, click on the Add File button to import your ICS file. In the Browse For section, you'll see two options: File, to import a single ICS file, and Folder, to import a folder containing multiple ICS files, which is useful for larger results. Since we have only one ICS file, we'll select the File option, but users can choose whichever option they prefer. In the Select Path area, you need to provide the location of your ICS file. Click the three-dot icon on the right, and a new window will open where you can search for and select your ICS file. After selecting it, click Open to import the file. The temp folder path is where the software creates and stores its temporary files. If you want to change this location, you can click the three-dot icon on the right, but we'll leave it as default for now. Now click on the Add button to continue. The software will scan the file, and once the scanning is completed successfully, click the OK button to proceed.
In the left panel, you'll see the ICS files you've imported. Click on any file, and its details will appear on the right, including the subject, location, start date, and end date. Below that, in the Calendar section, you can view more detailed information along with the text content. If the ICS file has attachments like images or videos, they will be visible in the Attachments section.
Now it's time to convert and export the ICS file. First, check the box next to your ICS file to select it. Then click the Export button at the top. This will open the Export Settings window. On the left, make sure your ICS file is selected in the folder list. On the right, you'll see various export format options such as PST, PDF, MSG, CSV, ICS, HTML, TXT, and print. We'll proceed with the PDF format, but users can choose any format based on their needs. Let's also explore the additional settings. Click on the Additional Settings option. In the General Settings section, the first option is Naming Convention, where users can choose how they want the exported file to be named, such as using the same name as the source file, using the subject, or applying auto-increment. Note that naming conventions apply only to mails except for the auto-increment option. The Delimiter for Special Characters section allows you to include characters like underscores, spaces, or hyphens as separators. In the Page Layout settings, you can adjust the margin values according to your requirements. The Paper Layout section lets you choose the paper orientation, such as landscape or portrait. And on the right, you can also change the paper size to options like A4, A3, or A2. In the header and footer section, you can add custom text to appear at the top or bottom of your PDF by simply typing in the provided fields. On the right, under Font Family, you can modify the font size and font color, as well as select from various font styles.
Now, in the attachment settings, the first option is Attachment on Pin, which adds the attachments to the PDF as pinned items. The second option, Append Attachment, converts the attachments into PDF pages and adds them at the end of the email content. The third option, Save Attachment, stores the attachments in a separate folder in their original file format.
In the Bates number settings, you can define the Bates number format. This option allows you to apply Bates numbering across PDF files. In the prefix field, you can add text that should appear before the number, and in the suffix field, you can add text that appears after the number. The Start Number option lets you choose the number you want to begin with, such as 01. You can also set the number of digits, for example, 2. In the Increment By field, keep it set to 1. Under Position, you can choose where the Bates number should appear on the page. You can customize the font style, font size, and font color as well. In the Date Stamp section, you can add a date and choose its position. The Format option allows you to set the date format based on your needs. Users can adjust all these settings as required. We are not adding these details, so let's go back to the main settings. In the Destination settings, you can choose where the exported file will be saved. The default location is the desktop, but you can change it by clicking the Browse button on the right. The Maintain Folder Hierarchy option keeps your original structure intact. If you enable Don't Export Empty Folder, the software will skip exporting any empty folders. The Ignore System Folders option ensures system folders are not included in the export. With Create Single PDF for each file, a separate PDF will be generated for every file. Now click on the Export button to start the conversion process. Once the export is completed, click OK to continue. Finally, open the Export folder to check your data. This is the Export folder. Now let's open the converted PDF file. And here is the data from the ICS file.
And that's it. This is how you can convert your ICS file into different formats using the SysTools ICS converter.
Log on to the product page for more details to purchase the product. For any queries, email us at support@systoolsgroup.com.